second, start the stream. By which I mean
For
I'm going
very
to
1 second.
permanently start the stream, not just for 1 second. And there we are.
Permanently?
Yeah.
Are we doing like a 24-hour
stream?
thing?
No, we're not just 24 hours. We're streaming forever now. You're
Forever.
trapped. You can't.
This is my life?
Yes.
No, Burger, I don't want this. I got shit to
I
do,
guess
man.
I'll be playing
Should've-
Factorio for the rest of my life.
No.
Shouldn't have decided to give me
Burger,
money.
Burger, come to the Weatherspoons car park. I'll fucking spark you.
Well,
I
yeah,
will kill you with a
can't-
pint
yeah,
glass. You faggot.
No,
Yank
I'm
me.
scared.
I'll
I'm
fucking
scared. We
yank
now
They'd have to
our
live
current
stream.
issue is that we still have to pay him money,
I'll
or
kick
else
you-
we're gonna die
Yeah.
I'll
because
kick
we
you in
need to be a
in
part of
the-
the stream.
in the
And this
I'll
is how
kick
we
you
become
somewhere.
immortal,
Yeah,
by
if
staying a part of the stream.
If you leave the stream, you die
Okay.
in real life.
Yee, sounds about right.
If you
Stopping me from literally just like booting my laptop into a closet and buying a new one, and then I'm immortal because the laptop's still running
Yee.
forever.
Yeah, but you forget that I am on the stream, so eventually something's gonna go wrong. And it's
Mm,
probably gonna be before your natural lifespan runs out, I'll tell you that much for free.
talking shit about my rig.
About his own capabilities.
Talking shit about my own superpowers of technological destruction.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
so unrealistic that he can just hammer to use the pickaxe on the fucking thing and then it just breaks down immediately. They should go into more realistic games. You should be playing Minecraft. Because at least that's from like first person perspective, and first person is more realistic because that's how people look.
Realistic in that you can like fucking punch
I
an oak tree and it'll just stop.
Yeah, I completely forgot.
Maybe you
that,
can't punch an oak
that you
tree,
need a
but,
you need an ore
most people can,
sluice. That you have an ore sluice and a cleaner and a melting oven to. Oh wait.
Yeah, the grenade on.
I mean, no, you need a melting oven to get the ore purified even before you melt it into metal. Damn.
Yeah, there's not Porsche is now also streaming, but I think Skyrogue was something that's like a little bit
Roguelike mixed with flight sim. Well, not flight sim, but flight combat.
Was it the I fucking
It's a flight.
I love
It's a flight
what this has
combat
become.
game. Just streaming video games.
It's just
Yeah.
streaming other people play video games poorly.
Yeah. And
Dare I say?
it's even
No,
the
Never. I would
people
never play this game
that
poorly.
Oh yeah,
the
it's
people
this,
that
yeah.
you pay have to start playing video
Posh, I see what you're doing and you're doing it wrong. Stop being bad at it. I'll kill you.
games.
Yeah, Porsche, I
Fuck
can't
you.
like that one. I can't really watch it because it's too epileptic, and also the frame rate is about 5.
Oh, my frame rate's bad on the
No,
stream.
not you, Cody. No, someone else who is also streaming. Someone else on the buffet.
Posh's
Oh.
internet
I'll stop
is
streaming.
bad.
No,
We're
I
all
mean,
just
stream
generating
however much you
content for Burger
want.
right
This is a free country.
Nah, if
Fuck you. Jesus
Which
Christ.
country?
to be fair.
Holy fuck.
Oh,
Free
Wow,
country,
dude.
not on my fucking watch, Burger. I ain't.
Fuck
Okay.
off, you wankers. Fuck off, you
Well, so
wankers.
this is
You're
you have
fucking
Vaseline
wankers.
is so you can have gay sex in this game.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's what it's
Escape
for.
from
It acts
Tarkov
as
is
a
a gay
painkiller,
sex
so
game.
when it acts as a painkiller, so whenever someone's fucking you in the ass, you can rub it on your asshole and it hurts less.
Oh, I don't
Can you
have
get
those yet.
poppers?
Can I get what?
Poppers? Poppers?
Oh, they're.
I don't know what you're saying.
I think it's in
The gay
Pretty
sex
sure.
drug, dude.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have gay sex, so I don't know what this drug is.
Well, look,
Sure
I'm an
you- sure you
educated
don't, buddy.
man, so I know how.
I mean, my-
the gay sex.
my last.
You have a
ex-girlfriend
PhD in gay
constantly
sexology,
mentioned
Burger?
Yeah, I have a PhD in gay sex.
Oh shit, that's what I'm thinking. I was applied my Vaseline. I didn't
In
even
the
save
gay
that.
sex.
Purely
I think that's probably why they're
theoretical, of
called
course.
poppers, kind of,
Uh,
isn't it?
So what branch of the discipline are you in then, Burger?
I'm in the I'm in the conversion therapy one, but that sounds bad. But for me, it's like to make people gay. So it's like reverse conversion therapy. But if you really in the scientific community would just call it conversion therapy, because it's like it doesn't matter which you can turn an equation
Still converting.
around. Yeah, you're still
So-
converting one thing to something else, so it doesn't.
How's
Yeah,
that
there's
work?
no
Do you
reverse race.
put them into one of those VHS tape scanning machines, and then they come out digital?
No, we just rape them until they like it. That's kind of the current
just-
approach.
Yes, the
Okay.
Catholic approach.
I'm
that's-
recording.
I mean,
Yeah,
you could
we call that
just
the
show them
the
videos of
Catholic
beasts.
approach.
That would be enough, probably.
But there's been people who have been saying that that's unethical, which is absurd because the church does it. You know, how is it gonna be unethical if the church does it? You know what I'm saying?
Ethics can suck my
Liberals these days.
plasma dong.
Liberal. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, fucking liberals.
Right.
So is this game like EVE Online, but it's not in space?
What, this game?
What?
It's not
Yeah.
prayer.
Archive?
Imagine it sort of like if it was like a session-based like battle royale game, but you're all homeless dudes looking for empty cans of pineapple juice, and then you scurry away into a wet hole that gets you out of the map as quick as possible.
Well, so
Oh,
just
that
like
sounds lovely.
Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's you
I keep
go
on
into a
forgetting.
map, into a raid. Everyone spawns at different points of the map. You have to get to an exit at the other end of the map, and while you're doing it, you collect shit and kill people. And you can sell it later to get more money to buy gear. And anything you bring in, if you die, you lose it. If you take stuff out, you get to keep it for later raids, or you can sell it to buy other shit.
Is your exit unique to you, or is it anybody
No,
can
I
join
mean,
it?
so I can't take an exit that's over on this side of the map, but I take exits over
No.
there. So those people who spawn
Okay.
over there are coming over here, and I have to come over there.
Gross.
So
Oh,
we're gonna
okay.
we end up like running into each other eventually,
Yeah.
unless you just like fucking scurry around
Yeah.
like a rat.
Does that have any rules? You guys have very complicated
Yeah,
rules
no
around
rules.
edging.
I love
Everybody's
I
going
love
to come in a
this-
specific place and do a specific thing at a specific time. This is cringe. You're cringe, Cody.
I'm cringe. Okay.
Yeah,
I love this
edging
question
is
of are we
supposed to be
automating racism? Because obviously, this is gonna be terrible
Well,
for the
definitely.
racism industry. It's because all their jobs.
Definitely, we're automating racism.
I think
Come on.
the racism industry is just the prison complex. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, exactly. We just automate prisons.
Oh,
Just automate policing in prisons, dude.
The racism industry is that.
I would fucking. Automatic prisons would be the funniest and also most inhumane shit at the same
You know,
time.
it'd be terrible.
Because you'd
Well,
have
it'd be
people
like-
who would just like hack the system by like not in like the sort of the computer like fucking hacker man, but they would just find like workarounds and bugs and shit.
They just
Um,
shout a command. They shout like an SQL injection at the fucking like
Yeah,
robot
yeah.
cafeteria guy and get extra
Oh
pudding.
god, that's fucking bad. That would be fucking bad.
They just they just glitch through the floor of the
Just
prison.
like semicolon parentheses quotation mark. Give me more pudding.
Yeah.
Do you have to make me sick on
They
stream?
find a-
In the
admin
showers,
they
it's
can
like a
mold
robot
it.
arm that comes out of the wall and just smacks the fucking soap out of your hands.
Yeah. Actually, I really love the jellyfish. How can you do this big? I'm gonna save it for myself. To
How can
my
you say that?
computer. It's because it's funny.
It's true.
I also
It doesn't
I've been-
even need to breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's how is he doing this? Though? This is illegal.
How can you
it's
allow him to do such a monstrosity?
Yeah, this
There
is
is
people
trickery
go to
afoot.
the Hague for this shit, man. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, exactly. It's a war crime. It's an actual fucking war crime.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Oh, yes.
where am I getting pinged? I'm getting pinged. What? There's a no.
Who's
There
pinged?
isn't. Okay, it's here.
Oh, the automating racism. Oh, of course, it's Vox. I was wondering why you quoted that, and I was like, why does that sound so clickbaity?
I
and
imagine,
then of course,
what they're talking about is like like the thing we were talking about beforehand. Like I think I talked to Burger about it before.
Yeah,
the
we
whole,
had a
like,
conversation about this.
Tesla's like running over black people more often because they didn't sample enough black people.
Yeah, there's a like a sampling bias, which is why people are like, oh yeah, fucking AI is gonna solve all our problems, and it's like everyone's trying to implement algorithm and artificial intelligence shit, and to me this just looks like using X-rays to scan your foot at the shoe store, because people
hasn't every Twitter AI already proven us wrong?
This is a stupid meme, so just sorry for putting it in, but
it's just this new technology that now we think because it's very useful, it's gonna literally fix every problem, and we're gonna use it to try and do everything.
Thing is, it's really good for trend analysis and about that. Like, that's it.
Okay, you can actually. I mean, it's a hugely interesting and useful tool, but it's just you can't use it to do fucking everything.
You know what we should just do? So we should just take all the black people and put them back in Africa. Then we don't have any problems with bias from AI.
See, but Critter, because it's you saying this.
That's a great way to solve racism.
Nah, it's not racist. You're just returning them home, just little legs.
All right. How about this burger? How about this burger?
Yeah.
You know,
no, the Irish are still allowed, so it's not an ethnos thing.
The trains where we send them to the countryside or whatever, those are self-driving now.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
They got a big logo on them.
There's no more people in just the war criminals.
The people who drive the trains went on strike. There's like a Holocaust train conductors union, and they're very upset about it.
Dude, I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do if there was a Holocaust train union. Like, I don't know who I would support in that.
Well, somebody had to build those fucking railways, and it was probably Irish navvies. They were probably very unionized.
I don't want it unionized. I don't want like it automated, but also I think maybe that we should more question why we have Holocaust in the first place.
Right, Cody. Honest question, because you're the political.
Because people want to pay money for it.
Yeah.
If there was like a union for the genocide people,
yeah,
would that be good? Because they get paid good.
No, it would not actually.
Good.
Well,
it depends on it depends on what they're doing. Because if the industry is able to be
right, like literally the people who drive the trains, the people who turn the valve, and the people who shoot them in the back of the head.
Okay,
those people. What if they have a union?
Well, if they want to go on strike, then I don't see a problem with that.
I think I mean I would prefer if they went on strike
and then just
it's
never
kind of
came
like
back.
police. It's kind of like police unions, right? Like I don't really want them there. Like they're bad. They kind of do shitty things, but at the same time, if they go on strike, then there's less police who are trying to harass black people around.
No, but right, Cody. Is it good or bad if they get paid a fair wage for the actual labor of carrying out the genocide?
Oh, fuck.
You are screwing with us right now, Heinz.
I mean,
no, I'm not.
I'd rather
real.
Listen.
I love this.
I'm doing the utilitarian calculus in my head. I mean, I think it's irrelevant.
I'm just trying to.
It's kind of irrelevant if they're paid well or not to murder people, because the outcome is they're murdering people.
Oh, so you're fine with them being on 0-hour contracts?
Yeah.
What if you're a bastard,
Yes.
Cody? I'm very disappointed. I think you're a class traitor.
Right winger.
You know,
really.
if you put them on 0-hour contracts, they're more easily unwilling to.
He doesn't even support
do
the Nazi
stuff.
union.
They're more easily unwilling to do their work, so it would end sooner if they get worse conditions.
Right.
But if they have better
Mr. My manager, Mr. Pot, he's got me out in the killing fields for fucking 12 hours a day. He keeps just like randomly putting me on the night shift with like not even a day's notice.
All right,
and you're just fine with it. You are a class traitor. You're a fake communist.
Let me explain something, okay? So actually, now I was neutral on it, but now I'm against it, because if you give a union, then they'll be more productive in their labor and more happy to work. And I want them to be miserable while they're genociding people, honestly. I don't like
Cody
that
is anti-union. I'm just putting Cody is officially anti-union.
Right, Cody, you are basically Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, you bastard.
Listen. I am. Listen.
Change your name.
Margaret Thatcher is to Irish people as I am to Nazis. There you go.
So if they automate genocide, right? I think what they're gonna do is they're probably already training those AIs, right? Because there has to be someone, probably in Israel, who's like,
there's like police
India.
There's like AI like police robots and shit like that.
And what they're doing to teach them like right and wrong is to send them into Discord servers.
Oh shit! I got a really good analogy. Unironically, I'm not going to do a thing.
Look
I got
like
an actual
as well, or do they all look like the big walkers or the robot?
They should have freaking like
so they
but anyway, right? When the
Factorio players automate genocide or something.
When the Luftwaffe was doing their initial aerial campaigns over like Polish cities and stuff, what they would do is they would give every bomber pilot these photographs, and they would like mark out the areas of the city that had the largest populations, and they would mark out in red the Jewish areas of the city as well. And that was the thing.
Maybe Chris posted a good example of how they're automating genocide.
Like literally.
Why is it anytime we come up with a sci-fi meme, like China has to think like a dystopian sci-fi meme, China has to go like, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that.
Unironically,
actually, that's not what they say. What they actually say is, "Oh, that's a good idea. Let's do that."
Oh yeah, no. You have to go like this. It's like, oh yeah, that's very good idea. We follow principles.
No, the Chinese government has like these little rooms all over the country, and everywhere in one of these rooms is like two guys on a couch, and they're being paid for this. Both of them are stoned out of their mind and watching like shitty cyberpunk media.
Posh, how did you make a less convincing accent, but somehow more racist?
Well, that's what makes it more racist.
Look. The thing is, Friendly Jordy's Chinese accent. I just did that, but cranked it up to 11.
I'm
he's got a very. It's like you have to do it like this, eh?
What?
That sounds like a Mexican Chinese person.
It sounds like Frankenstein.
I'm from Hong Kong.
No.
I was born in Beijing.
I was born in Wuhan.
I love it. Chinese Communist Party.
My English not so good. I don't know.
Hey man, what happened?
It's
what
just
happened in 1999?
It's supposed to be a general, racist Asian accent. To be honest,
yeah, you have to like.
I never got that because I find
you need to be more.
That was very lazy.
I never got that because I find Chinese and Japanese accents to be like diametrically opposed. Like they're very different.
They are.
Oh yeah, it's because of the language. To be
like Chinese is a lot more like what's the term for it? Like very like punchy like.
Oh yeah, the languages are extremely different. Use the same fucking alphabet though.
It's almost like
the same alphabet.
French
I mean, you're gonna say
and
the languages are different,
English
but
and
they use the same
German
alphabet. That
and
applies
English.
to literally all European languages.
Latin.
Minus those weird little dots you all put above your fucking letters.
What's wrong with you?
Those are cool and base.
No, those are cringe.
Yeah.
The true one language, English, doesn't use them.
You know.
You fucking used to.
You know what you really need? You really need to learn Swedish.
Right? English people talking shit about the German language, English speakers in general, it gives off the vibe of like a rich kid being shitty to their parents. You people have German to thank for your language. We did the thing. No, wait, no, not we. They did the thing where they
do tell about it. If you don't.
But anyway, yeah, German is like English's dad, and it did a good job.
From what I understand, it's actually like French mixed with like German is like English. So like a lot of like more like
Norman. It's more Norman than French.
Oh, where is Normandy located?
It's in
France.
But
The first
before
one
you
was
say
destroyed, but
anything,
they built a new one that was bigger.
while it is in France, may I remind you, the Normans were Vikings who settled in France.
I mean, yeah, they were Vikings that settled in France, but they were settled there for quite a while.
Yeah,
They,
I like the fucking right.
So they're like
guy,
French, but better.
Posh. By the time,
French, but not gay.
But
Yeah.
by the time the Alliance got it
1066,
back, and
by the time William the
completely
Conqueror did all his
Technically, they
conquers.
weren't French because they weren't part of the French kingdom. No, hang on.
No, they were speaking French.
No,
they
were part of
adopted French
Cerberus.
culture. They did a load of the shit. There was the whole thing with the Norman king, and he went on the bridge and he spoke to the French guy. And
listen, if you want to say they're not French because they like weren't part of like the French kingdom, then like no Germans were actually German.
That's
hang on. At least
are you trying to tell us that the Sudetenland isn't rightful German clay, Posh? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Sudetenland belongs to whoever currently owns it. Hang on. Duchy of Normandy grew out of 1911 between.
Here's the important question:
Charles III of
do the Normans fuck each other with baguettes?
Yeah,
definitely.
Then they're French.
Technically, yes. Okay, hang on. So Charles III of West Francia. So technically not the Kingdom of France, but still, it is technically
more
what
like
became
Charles
the Kingdom of France. So
it literally
it
literally has France in the name of it.
Yes, that is
Francia.
Vassal of the Kingdom. No, Francia, not
Yeah,
Francia. Francia.
You're saying the same thing, but you're pronouncing it different. I guarantee you those are spelled the fucking same.
They
okay. Now you're right. It is a vassal of the Kingdom of France.
Right?
Because fucking Roland the Walker came by and he shit on the fucking French, and the French were like, "Oh, you're a big scary Viking. Let me give you some land in the north so you can like defend it." And he said, "Okay." And he had he shat out a bunch of kids, and eventually one of them was a fucking bastard, and then took over all of England. And now the queen is Norman Viking.
Guillaume le Better, as we say.
Posh. Why would they call it Norman French if it was fucking Norse then? Huh? How's that for you? You try that on.
Because they bastardized the language. They bastardized the fucking language, and I will.
Oh, you mean they integrated? You mean they integrated and they became French?
Bastardized the language. These fucking Normans ruining our culture.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
Goddamn Viking immigrants. Coming
I
over
mean,
here.
there is literally a sketch about how
I saw it.
Someone
it was
literally comparing the Vikings to the Muslims.
Yeah, that was so dumb because what actually happened was the Vikings invaded England and then integrated and actually became like generally like part of England. Like it was such a dumb fucking racist sketch.
Yeah, to be honest, looking back, it was so dumb.
And then they opened a museum
because you want integration.
Yeah, integration's cool.
Yeah, integration is based.
Listen.
So it's actually subversive. It's not. It's just to trick people into thinking that it's a good fun.
What?
I'm not sure what you mean.
It's like 40.
I did not understand a single word.
Sorry, they'll get invented in like 10 years. Maybe.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to turn Posh down by 50% because he's yelling, and I'm turning Critter up by 50% because he's whispering.
What are you talking about, son?
What you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?
Damn.
What are you? Top of the morning. How are you doing?
Top of the morning.
How are these insects surviving in these cold conditions? I find this game very unrealistic.
Well, the insects have very thick exoskeletons, which also makes them very hard to beat.
Oh wait, are you playing Factorio, Critter? Is that what's?
Yes. No, it's Kashi. But Factorio.
I mean, it's not that unrealistic. There are some. Yes, very. Oui, c'est très français.
It's very because they're they're fucking not endothermic. I probably am mixing these two up, but they're not endotherms, so they are reliant upon external heat in order to function. They're basic biological processes.
Yeah, that's why.
But it's also because they don't have the ability to transport air through their blood cells, basically.
No, they can't generate their own heat. It's
Yeah,
safe through motion and shit. That's a cool, like, UV uplifter species.
Must be very,
like
should be very oxygen rich environment.
A cold-blooded species, and they're just jacking off all the time because that's how they keep warm. Yeah, we've created a culture of lizards who jack off.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god! Oh shit! I accidentally clicked some very wrong.
To just jack off.
I'm still working on the dragon.
Very weird. I
dragon
clicked
ritual.
a lot of
The dragon's mating ritual. I'm working on fucking short story.
Fuck off, yo anchors. Fucking missile alerts.
I'm sorry, Cody. Are you still doing inventory management?
Yeah.
So
sorry.
It basically just is EVE Online.
I have a lot of shit. I don't look at all this. Look at this. What even is this?
Yeah, I'm thinking that what your class privilege is showing as
what
someone
even is
who has a lot of shit. Yeah, that is an aim point. I couldn't read it properly, but it's
okay. Here, yeah, sorry. It's an aim point LRP mount for a Comp M4. Okay, I actually know what this is.
Yeah, it's a piece of plastic.
It is. It's probably actually metal.
Oh yeah. No, it's a digital piece of plastic.
A digital piece of metal.
Digital piece of digital plastic.
Yeah, this is one of those things that you put a little sight on top of it, and that way you can use.
I'm sorry, you need the fucking that thing and the sight.
Yeah, so like here I can show you.
This game is mega autistic.
Yeah, you want to see some mega autism? Let's take this AK. I'll take it to the workbench.
Jesus
can,
fuck.
Switch this around. This. You can add this.
God damn it.
You can replace this with this. And then replace it with like this. You can put it like this.
Ew, no, get rid of that crap.
Or you can add a...
Ew.
Can you make like Kyber Pass AKs though?
Can I make what?
Like the really gross ones with the fucked up everything.
Like, there's like the Kyber Pass gunsmiths that just kind of in Afghanistan.
They just have like a Dremel and they know how to spot weld vaguely. The Wile E. Coyote School of Gunsmithing is what they call it.
It's very fun.
There are definitely some really strange things you can do with like.
I have to say because I'm not a gun nut. Before the Guntism channel appeared on this server, I didn't know what kind of fucked up and weird shit you could do with guns. Like I thought,
Burger, would you say you're more?
You basically you buy them and then sometimes you can customize them a little bit. But I found out that basically they're just like Legos. And if there's one thing that I think maybe shouldn't be just like Legos, it's fucking guns.
I mean, it's a fair trade-off, no?
You gonna stop me? I have an angle grinder. What are you gonna do? I can do whatever I want to.
Would you say you're more of a gun bolt?
Yeah, but this is the gun I'm using right now. It's just like a fucking shit ass AK with a fucking.
Yeah, it does. See, this I would just if I was designing these, I would just build them in a way that's aesthetically pleasing, not at all functional. It would just be shit.
You would just build a really cool looking gun, and then it, like the recoil is like insane.
Yeah.
I mean, normally whenever you make really like
I'm an artist.
Guns, oh, hold on. There's some. Oh, I can show you a really cool gun.
It's like that one gun in Borderlands 2 that just screams when you're when you're shooting.
Oh, that looks fucking lit.
And you walk ridiculously slow.
Cody, what is that?
Recoils.
It's an M4.
Incredible.
It's an M4 that this fucking guy like added a PMag to it, like a PMag drum mag, and then like
Oh, hey, you know what I found out the other day, Cody? Do you know what Mexican cartels call Beta C mags?
What?
Huevos del toro. Bull testicles.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, see, some of these guys
damn.
look cool as shit. They need to have like a visual consistency, maybe even like color that is like the same. I'd really be into that, but
We should ship Bugger out to the Carver
artists
Pass.
and autists, you know. See, yeah, this is a cool looking guy.
See this? Listen, when you find copper wire you dig out of the ground, you can sell it on the flea market for rubles, so you can buy more guns.
The fuck?
Yep.
Is this high-tech
buying all the copper?
homeless simulator? So you buy copper wire to make shit on here. So sometimes to make your house better, you need more copper wire or something like that. Like you want a better generator, or you want better lighting.
What the fuck do you do in your
house though?
I've never actually used the hideout in Tarkov.
You never use the hideout? So essentially what it can do is, for one, it increases you can make shit. So you can go to the workbench and like right here, there's a recipe to make a thermal sight.
That's
so
pretty
you get
lit.
all these materials, and you can make thermals, or you can make gunpowder to make bullets, or you can make shit you need for quests. Later on, when you update this, you can make electronics. You eventually can get a Bitcoin mine, like a Bitcoin miner that produces Bitcoins for you.
Real Bitcoins or
glorious.
So they have Bitcoins in this game that you can find, and you sell them for rubles. So it will
physical
pretend,
Bitcoins.
Yeah, you make physical Bitcoins. Okay.
This is fucking wild.
Oh, there's also questing. So I have a quest here to find the car batteries. I have a quest.
You get your quests from your therapist?
Yeah, the rapist, yeah.
Oh, of course.
This guy wants a defibrillator. The last quest I did was I had to inject heroin into my arms and shoot a bunch of homeless dudes in the woods.
So is that the law also that I mean, I guess you're not homeless. I feel like at the point at which
you're
you have
PMC. But I mean, you're a PMC who lives in a basement with fucking electrical propped up generators and shit like that. So I mean, you're basically a homeless guy.
PMC penis my cock.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But okay, and then you go to this. What is Tarkov? Where is that?
It's a made up city in Russia. Essentially, what happened is there was an American company.
Yeah.
That was a terror group labs, and they did something, and it caused a big fucking outbreak of violence and shit. I think they released a virus or some shit from there.
Yeah.
So is that why
the government has cordoned off this area of
Tarkov?
Tarkov, so people are stuck in there.
Is that why there's Americans in Tarkov?
Yeah, there's the USEC, which are essentially American paramilitaries, and then there is the Bears, which are obviously large gay men, but they are Russian men.
Okay, but if can you go to the thing where you have the different characters that you can see? I want to make a comment about something.
The different characters you can see.
If they're Russian, they're obviously
okay. So if you look at all these people, the one that looks least like a guy who keeps the peace is the fucking peacekeeper. I just want.
He's with the UN. He's with the UN.
Yeah.
It looks like his name's Gaz.
He's with the UN, and he makes his living selling M4s to paramilitary groups.
This is a base peacekeeper, dude. That's
fucking buy an M4 from him, or you can buy a Desert Tech rifle.
Oh, that looks cool.
Very nice.
An SS.
Based FAL.
Yeah, the FAL. Problem with the FAL is the recoil is insane on it, and it has shit ergonomics. But
What's going on with the mag on that? That's a chunky mag for a FAL.
Yeah, this one is the 20 rounder. This one's the 30 rounder.
I don't think I've ever seen a 30 round FAL mag. Let me look.
I have a drum mag for a FAL in my.
Wait, what the fuck? Sure.
Yeah.
This can't be real. Let me.
It's a 7.62x51 X FAL 50 round drum magazine. They are real. Yeah, all this shit is real. This is all shit that exists. Anyways, I'm gonna go in and shoot some people.
You in the best lane?
Okay, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna go into customs. I'm gonna go into the custom. I need drop this. and not take that. Actually, no, I will take that. No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna take.
Oh, of course, it's a Brett Bong thing.
God bless.
Why?
You're a Brett Bong thing.
I am not. I am not.
I'm fascinated by this because it's all Chinese to me, but I recognize like for me this is like it all I recognize the difference between the things visually.
Yeah.
But like
when I first played this, I had no fucking clue what half this shit did.
I don't think I could play this game long enough until I understand.
I have like a couple thousand hours in it, so.
Yeah, I haven't lived a couple thousand hours.
So I'm grabbing a bunch of keys to like some apartments in the bad side of town. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna find some shit and take it.
So you have specific keys for specific. God damn.
Yeah, there's keys for doors that exist on the maps. I need to bring this one.
If I remember correctly, though, you can just join as a party, so you can get like one guy who knows what he's doing, and then everyone else can just be handholded.
Yeah.
So it's literally EVE Online.
Yeah.
What? No.
Missiles. Why the fuck do they send so many fucking goddamn missiles?
This is just.
Well, thus far, most of what I've seen is like, instead of the spreadsheets, it's basically Tetris.
Oh, there's like graphs and shit. Like, so for example, the main thing that I use, like, there's a graph I use for, there's various ammunition types for the same types of guns, and they vary in price and quality. So like some fucking like guns, like if you take the biggest, baddest AK you can find, right, and load it with like 7.62 rounds, you could unload that entire magazine to somebody with good armor, and they will not die. If you get loaded with like some eagle neck or something like that, like some really good ammunition, like a couple rounds will go down. So the types of rounds will have different flesh damage values and armor penetration values. So there are in fact charts that I have to keep track of. And there's fluctuating market economies, like because I have to like sell shit at different times to max.
It's EVE Online.
It is EVE. Yeah, it's just EVE Online. I'm sorry, but this game is
EVE Online. This sold me.
The Tarkov sounds incredibly autistic.
It is very autistic.
But I'm glad games like this exist.
Mm-hmm. And this isn't made still, so like they keep changing shit, and I have to keep up with like what they change.
Wasn't Tarkov first like a top-down?
I'm playing Factorio.
No, it was always a first-person shooter. It's just like it's always been this kind of game, but like they've added like new guns, they've added new maps, they've expanded old maps, they've changed how certain systems work. Like there's now a karma system for whenever you play as a scav, which scavs are like you get like a free gear set and you take over one of the AIs on the map. So it's a good way to get cheap gear. Yeah, it's just like a little fucking like homeless you control. So they added a karma system for them, so because it used to be you could just kill people, like anyone, and it'd be fine. But now if you kill other scavs, you get in trouble, and you get less karma.
Boo.
They're gonna tell your mom.
No, I like it because now like dudes will like. There's no voice functionality in this game. There's like command lines you can like type in. So like you'll see like a bunch of like scavs now come together and they'll just start wiggling at each other, and like they'll like spin in circles and like pull out their knives and swing them, and that's like they're like basically mimicking like a fucking like sign language with their weapons.
That's pretty cool.
They're eventually gonna add voice over IP, but they haven't yet.
Why haven't they?
This shit's hard.
It's beta, man.
It's hard. It's beta, and also they want to figure out how to do it without turning the game from a very gritty, serious game into like autistic 14-year-olds screeching at each other.
Like,
which I feel is already happening. It's just that they can't hear each other.
Yeah, I mean, they already have that. They want to avoid the thing that happens in Rust, where everyone just shouts the N-word constantly, like as they run in circles.
That's the best part.
It is the best part of Rust. I agree. I want voice over IP.
There's a girl on TikTok who plays Tarkov, and her username is her phone number.
Oh, I saw that video. Yeah.
And just guys call up, and she says, "Hey," and they'll just go, "Sorry, I can't associate with women," and then hang up.
This is how autistic the game is. That they're not even like trying to get pussy of it. That's.
Yeah, they don't want it.
That's kind of bad, though.
Whole different level, because like if you're a woman in an online community of any kind, you're gonna get like people harassing you, sending you penis pics and shit like that. But this is like the level of autism where there's like, I'm sorry, you're a female, I can't talk to you. I have to shoot the gun that I built out of completely real parts because there's a point to doing something that you could do IRL.
I mean, I can't do it IRL.
Why not?
That's what the government
wants.
Because
they're illegal.
That doesn't mean you can't do it.
You're right.
It's not like the law of gravity.
But it's hassle.
In your backyard.
You are correct, Burger. I could, if I wanted to, go stick up like a fucking military convoy, steal all their M4 rifles, and then take them home with me.
Yeah. See?
Buy a load of fucking shit.
Like, stabbing people for fucking like cans of condensed milk.
Just don't tell the ATF. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Don't be quiet.
What's the problem?
Don't
when they
literally
ask
call
you,
them and say, "Hey, by the way, I'm building an illegal machine gun, and I'm not going to pay for a tax stamp. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah.
Maybe be cool about it for a while."
Just say no, dude. The cops cannot arrest you without your consent.
Legally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine,
I mean, that's
I love
about
this comic of this guy who has like he's setting up like the cabin for the hot air balloon, and he's like, "Okay, let's go," and the other guy's like, "Well, we don't actually have a balloon." He's like, "So I don't see any cops around," and then just the cabin takes off.
Dude,
that's great.
I'm not sure about the entire story, but some Dutch agency sued TikTok because they didn't have their terms and conditions in Dutch. And they were like, well, people that are younger than 13 can't read the terms and conditions in English. So,
they can't read, period.
Yeah.
Or they're not supposed to be expected to be able to read English, so you can't sell this app.
That's a bit fucking. That's
if I was TikTok Explorer, I would just turn around and think, you people think that kids can fucking read? Huh? That's what you're trying to tell me.
So you need to. They should sue TikTok for putting the terms and conditions, and they're not in memes.
At all.
They have
you
to
might
be in
hurt
memes.
somebody's brain.
Otherwise, young people don't understand them if they're not in memes. Wait, is this the infamous bridge?
It's the bridge.
No,
get ready, boys.
No, the
say
bridge
the word.
is in.
Say the thing.
Do the thing.
What a
the
fucking
bridge is another
ginger.
game.
Do the thing.
Yeah, Burger get cancelled by mainstream media.
I do like just the facial expression he has at that point. It's like, oh shit, dude. I fucked up so bad just there. There he is.
I can imagine.
I don't remember.
The one thing that I've learned from playing Milsims is never go to the highest place.
Spot that motherfucker.
I know where that guy is. That's a NPC that spawns constantly. But I mean, I could see his silhouette, so I knew he was up.
Yeah, but this is very far. I mean, probably it's higher resolution at your end, but it's a very far off silhouette.
Yep. You have to be able to see a fucking gnat fly by from 300 meters away in order to not get sniped in the head in this game.
Yeah. Which, it's just a little bit like PlanetSide 2. See, PlanetSide 2 I like.
Oh, damn.
PlanetSide 2 is pretty good.
Way over the top.
I mean, I'll play it. Yeah.
I haven't played it in a while.
Wait, have you played? Have you tried? It's a mix of RTS/FPS. It's fuck's sake.
It's called Factorio.
No, it's a mix of an RTS and an FPS, and it's great online. God damn it! What the fuck? I had it, and all of a sudden my brain's drawing a blank.
Oh fuck!
It would appear not.
Yeah, no. Got it in favorites.
Right,
where the fuck is it?
You're bleeding, dude.
I'm bleeding.
Hey, duct tape yourself up. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Yes. Just put some duct tape on them.
Natural selection. Natural selection 2.
That's something else.
There was this guy, I remember, I don't...
It starts burning because it had, like, the Bernie signs on it. Like, not the, not the politician Bernie, but the...
Bernie sign on it. Yeah. Oh, did I fucking get him?
Yep, he's dead.
Well, he's dead. I don't know if I got him, though. Someone else might have got him.
Frick.
Hero Island. Ah, ye, final boss for stage 1. It only took me like 4 levels.
So, presumably, if they do add voice over IP, you would be able to just hear people around you. Like, it wouldn't be team chat, it would be public proximity.
Yeah. I'd imagine what people are going to do is they're just going to end up, like, they're going to use, like, Discord to talk mostly, if they're in
Oh
teams,
shit, have any of you ever used,
Jacking off.
Have any ever played Holdfast? The fucking
Holdfast Nations at War
type game.
Oh, have you seen? Hang on, there's this
fucking
great
hilarious.
video of it. There's this great video of it.
Is that the one where you just have officers yelling at people?
Proximity chat. There's always the one guy on a horse who's like.
What?
There's just one guy on a horse fucking screaming in broken English at people. Like, just nonsensical commands.
Holdfast Nations at War.
This is very serious.
Come on.
This game it just feels so...
No wonder you didn't fucking kill me. These ammo is shit.
Serious,
Motherfucker trying to kill me with hollow point rounds. Sorry, my fucking armor isn't made out of gelatin.
And where is it? Had it. The most inspiring captain ever in Holdfast. Just post it in fucking the studio.
Oh, is this the video of the guy with the French accent?
Yeah, the guy with the French accent who's just going... it's just going aim, and it's like... It's beautiful. It's not realistic, but goddamn is it beautiful.
The entire purpose of Holdfast is English people on a boat.
Do you ever run into, like, tourists in this game? Because this feels like one of those places in Russia where tourists would go.
An abandoned fucking, like, construction
site?
They
go to fucking Chernobyl.
That's a good point.
That's probably more lethal than this place.
Yeah, you're fucking poking around in mothball destroyers and shit. People do stupid shit there.
People in Moscow fucking go on the underground trains.
You should just go live in the woods.
Dude, the underground in
Siberia.
Have you seen it? It's got like chandeliers.
Moscow is really interesting. The Moscow metro is very beautiful, but also just generally like the Moscow underground scene is extremely cyberpunk. Like they have the roofers and the diggers, and they fucking. I saw this documentary about just a group of diggers like going through the. Jesus.
That was a vector, I think.
Damn.
Have you seen that video of the guys like they're on a shipwreck and one of them gets like bungee cords? Wait, no, I'll find the clip.
What was I saying though? I was saying something incredibly interesting. Yeah, Russia, right?
No.
Oh, I know this part from different games that do this also. I understand Factorio now. Where basically they would just...
You people need to see this.
They were just like a documentary crew hanging out with some of those people who like explored the Moscow metro. The what the fuck?
Yeah, damn it. I thought it would show the image. It's a post. It's a post. It's funny. It's funny because it's British. It's about the British. It's funny.
I was just reading the profile of that guy. Thought it was like.
Yeah, no, Yuri Inc. is genuinely a good animator.
Okay.
Why is he animating images on YouTube. That is so niche.
No, but he also does videos. He also
does
videos. Basically, that's the entire post. Burger.
I don't. What is this?
Left, Redcoat, what do you think? I said it was British. What do you think? Right. What does he look like? What does the bloody foreigner git look like? What does he fucking look like?
What is he?
Chinese person.
It's because we gave the Chinese heroin.
Yeah, no, I know that, but like, what?
No,
what
you didn't just give them heroin.
I'm reading from the post, the link to the YouTube post. I just
so much trouble.
Look at the video of the man bungee jumping.
I'm not on the post because it's not. I can't show it on stream. I can only show Discord.
No, that's
so
fine.
You got Hong Kong out of that.
The image I just posted is from the above linked post. Christ. And basically, all he does is personifications.
Because they basically had to, and China had one of the largest militaries in the world.
At the time.
They had a deal that said, yeah, we have it for 100 years. They could totally give it back to you. And then China had the third largest military. And they said, okay.
They could be like, hey, we're friends with America now, and
they had Cody. They had the largest. They had the fucking largest. One of the largest militaries in the world, but at the time it was something like fucking 40% pikemen, and they still had like matchlock arquebusiers.
No,
they were in like English Civil War
they
times.
had like T-80s and shit like that. They were fucking. They had big ass fucking tanks.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Opium War for a second.
No, I'm talking about when because Critter was saying, why did the British give back Hong Kong to China? I was like, because China had the biggest military in the world, or third biggest military behind Russia.
So you're talking about the Opium Wars.
No, I'm talking about the Opium Wars. Britain got Hong Kong out of the Opium Wars as a concession, but they only had it for 100 years.
Yeah, there was the lease. There was the whole thing in the 90s.
They made it so goddamn good. Then the Chinese had to love it.
I don't know how much truth there is to this, but people say around here that when Jamaica got its independence, they did like a deal with the British that they would provide every sailor in the Royal Navy with a bottle of Jamaican rum for like 100 years.
Probably.
Something like that.
That's pretty nice.
I mean, it's not outlandish to think that.
Cut lots of weird little things like that.
Like, if we lose Jamaica, where will I get my rum? Like, we'll give you the rum, just give us a government.
To be fair,
fucking sod it. We'll figure it out in 100 years.
I'd love to go to Jamaica at one point. It's such a iconic destination.
The fact that weed is illegal in Jamaica is heartbreaking.
That's just to make it cool, you know. Nobody enforces that law. It's just like
weed is illegal in Jamaica. No, I don't believe that this is the case. Prove it.
It's only illegal to make it look cool.
I think there might be religious exemptions for it, but yeah, because.
Oh my god! Imagine like a Catholic service, and they bring out the incense burner, and it's all weed.
Yeah, Rastafarianism.
There are actually like Catholic traditions where they smoke weed. Like that's a real thing. There is such a thing as weed nuns, and most of them are like CBD based. But there's also some that sort of like really get into the THC aspect of it. So weed nuns are a real thing. They're pretty cool.
Can I join up with those?
Yeah, you
can do that.
You probably could. They just blaze.
They just blaze 420, eh?
I'm gonna look for a weed nunnery that I can join.
God damn, that's fucking based.
I ain't having none of it.
Oh god.
For fuck's sake, Critter.
Oh damn.
Fucking California. I have to go where it's warm.
That's hey.
Dumb.
I want to hear some other.
No, you have to go south. That's worst.
It's so funny. It's like, oh, I could be a weed nut. Oh no, it's warm. Okay, bye. God damn that.
Fuck, why are there so many fucking Russian names as well?
To be fair, I feel like Hannibal Lecter made the name Hannibal more badass.
They have like a business. The Weed Nuns. They made $6 million over 2015 from selling CBD products.
There you go.
I mean, what about Hannibal though?
Yeah. What do you mean?
The guy with the elephant.
Yeah.
The guy with the elephant.
Hannibal Buress has an elephant? Wow. I didn't know that was that successful comedian.
Well, that guy's an idiot. But...
What?
Whenever any celebrity becomes
a scholar.
Like, whenever a celebrity becomes famous enough, they always buy like a weird animal. Like Michael Jackson had his monkey. Boxing Man had his pet tiger. I've forgotten his name, but you know who I mean. And Hannibal Buress apparently has an elephant.
Yeah. Apparently.
John Travolta had
an elephant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't we all?
Yeah. John Travolta have like a plane that he would park next to his house?
And it was
how about John Travolta, but it's John Transvolta?
Wasn't it Elton John? Elton John had like a golden glass plane or something.
No, John Travolta, he had like a whole thing. He had like a setup in his house where he could just like park it next to his thing, like a proper Boeing 7 whatever. And
747.
Shit.
Oh shit! Apparently, news on Battlefield 2042. Battlefield Portal detailed. Share and build custom game modes. Browse all the modes in the game. Includes content from Battlefield 1942, Battlefield 2, and Bad Company 2. Sorry, and Battlefield 3. 6 maps with 2 from each game with rebuilt assets.
So is this a Battlefield in the future then?
Supposedly.
Yeah, but...
Oh, for fuck's sake! I was waiting for the American Civil War Battlefield game, but no, we can't.
I mean, you've already got 2 shooters for that.
Dude, I want to see Battlefield 100 Years War.
War of Rights. Yeah. Just go War of Rights.
It takes hours to load a gun.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see
Battlefield is a shitty game played by shitty people. It's hold fast for bad people who are bad and do bad things.
Slavers, is that it?
No, they're just dumb.
How about
shit in their game?
It's Battle Cottonfield.
So
it's like you're the slave master. And
yeah, War of Rights is fucking. It's hold fast for people who ride the short bus. That's it.
So let them have some fun nights. Come on. They're
Ooh, this looks interesting.
Too.
Oh no, it's Battle Royale.
So
Fuck Battle Royale.
Is the reason you have an ice map basically also a mod, or is this now like a thing?
Yes, it's a mod. It's a mod.
Isn't ice like? Isn't it auto-generated? I don't remember. I thought ice was also a biome.
I mean, it's a biome in a mod.
Okay.
Damn.
No, there's.
Yeah.
Oh, generally there's forest or.
That is a nice. I mean, as tasteless as it is, that is a nice looking video.
Oh shit! Orcs must die free, boys. Orcs must die free. Come out.
No.
You know, I don't like wealth and that shit, but if I was gonna be extravagantly wealthy, I would really like to just be able to like send people actual white elephants.
Lol.
Like that one.
I would just pay like a 300-pound woman to knock at their door and say, "Hey, I'm the white elephant."
I mean, you just give your mom like $30. Like, I'm sure she'll be.
Hey man,
I'm kidding. That was a joke.
Damn,
that was brutal, man.
I'm not your son.
Is John Travolta a Scientologist?
Yeah, his like son died over it. There was a thing with the medicine.
If I was excruciatingly wealthy, I'd be having secret rooms and all those kind of things in my house. Like,
you'd have the Scooby-Doo bookshelf.
Yeah. Not only that, but like a lot of things. Like, Dad, where's the bathroom? Well, you gotta find the key first.
Yeah.
You just live in an escape room constantly.
You just turn your entire house into an escape room to fuck with people. You hire like actors and everything.
Yeah.
You tell your kid, "Oh, the bathroom's upstairs," but there's like 30 stairs, half of them go to nowhere.
You live in like a normal flat on top of the whole sordid affair.
I would
more or
love to
less.
have a fucking castle. I'm not gonna like not like have a castle that I have to restore because I can't do shit with it. Like a new castle that I build that like sort of looks old but also that isn't historically accurate. More like a Schloss, like Neuschwanstein and something that's like reminiscent of like a romanticized version of this. And then I have like secret passages and rooms and shit. Yeah, that's something.
What if we just have like public works projects, but they're castles instead?
What?
You know, like the.
Why can't we work together?
Like we take old like castles and we just like fill them with homeless people and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Expensive to heat.
Just let them reenact battles from olden times.
So because this castle has modern construction, it's not actually expensive to heat because it has like the best. Like the like most modern insulation technology that you can get.
Give a load of hobos weapons and lock them in a star fort.
What if we all just come together as patrons and we just make Burger King and just go live in his castle?
Listen, if we all
be part of his courts,
if we put all of our collective like income together, we'd maybe be able to afford like a 2-bedroom apartment. All right, like let's
in this economy.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
I genuinely would love to
check this out. This building seems like the kind of thing you would think.
Do you want to be a lord, Burger?
No, I would genuinely love to live in like a commune that's in a castle. That would be so fucking lit. Like a big commune, and it's just
lit.
It's gonna turn into
in
a
a
cult
castle.
so fast.
Okay, the best we can do is maybe buy a field and build like a giant log cabin and then like some palisades. Is that fine?
Yes, that's good enough.
No, I mean, not good enough. Damn.
As soon as we have that, we can dig for rocks. And,
how much?
Build our own.
Would you see Minecraft in real life?
Yeah. Yes, I'm down for this.
Paint a potting shed grey.
Yeah.
I mean, we can do Factorio in real life.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even better, actually.
Except instead of like alien inhabitants of the planet we're on, it's just like the police keep going. Like, hey, this isn't zoned for here. You gotta move your castle.
Have you got planning permission
Say
for
that
all
to
these
my
fucking
automated
conveyor belts
turrets
that you're running across the countryside?
Do you have a license for that laser cannon?
This is why I need like the future, because then you can go to a different planet. Who gives who's gonna stop me from instructing my construction AI with the other people on like the big spaceship that we arrived at to build some big fuck off castle that's shaped like a penis?
Yeah, honestly, I think that like it's actually kind of terrifying. Like once like space travel becomes like viable for anyone to do, because then it's like, what the fuck are people gonna get up to in the middle? Because we already see like what people do like when they're isolated in the woods, like they'll like start cults and shit. Like imagine some of the weird ass space cults that will happen.
Oh, that's the thing. Yeah, that's really a thing that I've thought about this a bit because like on one hand you think, well, finally all the fucking ideologues get to build their utopia, right? That we don't need they can just leave and then you can have your fucking ANCAP utopia and some weird space habitat. But you can hide a space habitat pretty easily. And if you want to do like a weird ass cult, you can build entire parallel societies where you have unbelievably oppressive and like abusive structures. You can literally make like there's gonna be someone who has a habitat where just he has a tank, like a series of tanks where he grows some ethnic minority and then he just kills them.
Bruh.
That's something that's gonna happen.
Racism.
And like, what's the ethics?
Automating racism. We're back.
It all comes back.
It all came back.
What's the ethics of that? I mean, clearly the ethics of that is holy shit. But how do you do? Is it even do you even do law enforcement in space? Should you do law enforcement?
Well, it would basically be like its own country, right? At that point, like you wouldn't. It's not law enforcement. Like, we don't like law enforce. Like,
okay, you can stop right there. Should we do law enforcement?
Laws in space.
Well, but we have shit like international law. Like, that's something that's real. We have it like only for brown people and white people from Yugoslavia, but it's a real thing.
There's no laws in space. Space is for everyone.
And the second that there's actual money in it, space is no longer for everyone.
Oh yeah.
Which there is, like, right now, money in it, so it's
the thing about it is there's just so much of it in our solar system alone that there's really no point to claiming shit that you can't exploit, because someone else is just gonna get it and there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, I mean, you have to think about it like this, right? Like, there's only so many, like, habitable planets that exist out there. So people are definitely going to like fight over resources.
No, but the thing is, we're not going to live in habitable planets. We're going to live in space stations that we build. That's the scary thing. Realistically speaking, we're going to live in like space habitats, and you can like a space habitat in the middle of the void. Okay, that's not that's pretty obvious. But you can just put that shit in the middle of a moderately sized asteroid. You can have something the size of like a small city. Completely self-sufficient.
Have you been watching The Expanse again?
And this is not actually how they do it in The Expanse, because the economics of The Expanse are not actually particularly realistic. They're done that way because it generates drama, and that's why it's cool. But you can do that.
They mine a lot of resources.
Especially if you go out to like the fucking Kuiper Belt. If somebody wants to be isolated, they can be isolated in space. So there's gonna be a lot of fucked up shit but you can have serial killer bases out there.
Oh shit! Dead Space remake boys apparently.
Space pirates.
Basically Gundam lore.
Yes. And space privateers.
Space piracy would be difficult to do.
Yeah.
Would it?
I'm trying to think of like the fucking like logistics of like being a space pirate. Like, just imagine like a Somali pirate.
Wait.
Like, he has
Cody,
like a
did you watch
in like astronomy?
Cody, did you watch Astartes?
No.
You know what? Right. Okay. So you know in 40K there's those drop pods where they like shoot them at other ships and they fucking like cut a laser hole in the side of the ship and then go into it.
Yeah.
That's pretty like that. I'm not gonna lie. By the way.
But it's also like naval battles and
it would be like actual IRL.
There was also a lot
battles.
about keeping the ships together because they were very expensive to build, and they didn't want to break the ship as well because.
Yeah, like
well, if you're gonna both destroy each other, then at some point you're gonna both end up on the ocean, or in space. Then, which is worse. Can't even get.
I mean, it's less wet.
Little try-left. Well, you can't get to. You can die much easier, and there's no chance of surviving. So there wouldn't be a very big incentive to destroy another ship, but still stealing from each other by threatening to almost destroy.
There's plenty of incentive to destroy another ship. You can
the thing is,
board it and then leave it and like let it depressurize.
That's the main issue. You can't hide you can hide in how big it is, right? But once you've drawn attention to yourself, especially once you get like a somewhat decent surveillance system, they're gonna be able to track you. So that's it's gonna be very difficult. Probably some people are gonna do it.
I mean, there's already general stuff.
Oh, it's gonna be difficult.
With like angled stealth bombers and stuff.
What they're gonna do is they're gonna put ransomware on spaceships. And go, well, how about you transfer in...
that's terrifying.
5 billion... 3 Bitcoin.
Exactly, 5 billion Bitcoin to my fucking thing, or your oxygen goes out.
Hey, Burger.
Yeah.
Horny housewives in this star system want to meet you, etc., etc.
Exactly, yeah. Horny fucking housewives.
Fly onto the other side of this asteroid that totally doesn't have like a rocket harpoon on the other side.
By the time
it's the literal asteroid.
by the time we reach space travel, methinks we'd have a united government and doing stuff like hacking into a person's spaceship and saying like, oh, you have to give me X amount of Bitcoin or else you lose your oxygen support would be such a massive just.
Well, I mean that's why people don't murder people, because that's a big crime.
It would be such a massive crime on the scale of it would be considered a war crime, even though you're not at war with each other.
I'm glad that there's no war crimes then.
I mean,
we solved war. We solved all crime just now, right now.
Hear me out though. You say this, but also, if you have diabetes, you have to pay me for the medication, or you die.
You know, there's one thing in space that is very big,
fair.
And it's communism.
What?
Sorry, what?
Communism is illegal in space.
There's gonna be communist fucking utopias in space too. That's one. Which is also because at that point you will probably be able to have complex supply chains, but you can keep communities the size of like Dunbar's number. In which case,
I'm reminded of something,
more utopian worldviews are gonna become like actually possible.
I'm reminded of you remember, you guys know Drag. I don't Watch him much, but I remember he once said a thing where he said he pictures anarcho-monarchism.
J-Reg?
Anarcho-monarchism is like one guy in a crown going around stabbing everyone who tries to form a state. But there's just like one guy in like a stolen slave frigate that he's covered in guns, going about space, smashing all the fucking commies.
I thought you meant drag as in the racing.
But all of that kind of shit is
commie hating space cowboys.
That's like you're gonna have like fucking you're gonna have some sort of North Korea exists even here, but you're gonna have 1 million North Koreas.
Oh yeah.
I'm not living there.
And the main thing that they can do is like hide, because once they're no longer hidden, there's gonna be some other complications. There's probably at that point you can shoot down nukes. It's very difficult to do like long distance warfare in space. In a way that's although it might also get like worse, because if I've seen this is actually something from The Expanse, where they break up like an asteroid, they grind it down and they like shoot all of that matter stream like at a certain target at a certain time, and it just like rips them apart, and because it's all so many little things that it's not really detectable as easily. So that might actually be a sort of stealth weapon. That's the wild thing about space. There is no stealth, but it's so fucking big that you can just be there and there is a chance no one will see you.
I think there will be
that is a fair assessment.
Do you think there will be like space cargo cults?
Space what?
Space cargo
cults. Cargo cults, like in
no,
you get like small island tribes that end up like worshipping Prince Albert because a bunch of pictures of him washed up on the shore, and that's like their only interaction with
but
outside.
There's no native people in space.
No, but like people might get isolated.
Bugger, right?
I mean,
picture the scene. You get like an asteroid colony, and their radio breaks, and they're just there for 100 years.
Yeah, let's say that we have like a colony in the Kuiper Belt or something like that, right? In order to get communications from the Kuiper Belt to like Earth, it's like several hours for like any sort of like communications to reach.
Yeah. So
like being able to contact others with like tech levels that are even like foreseeable like in the future beyond going without thinking about things like quantum tunneling type like communications and shit like that. Like, it's going to be difficult in order to, like, have people, like, able to, like, discuss things. So, obviously, like, colonies, if they're set up, are going to be pretty isolated from a lot of people. So they can form their own, like, cultures.
But let's be fair here for a second. Historically, colonies have been much more isolated from their, like, their mother country, essentially,
Oh yeah. So you could see
like you had like the British Empire had months in terms of like you need
it takes
a message.
Like 10 years to get it takes like 20 years to get to the Kuiper Belt.
No, but no, what I'm saying is like even communication used to take months. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
So that's always going to be, it's the distances that are really going to kill you. But even if they lose contact, they're not going to suddenly all become dumb.
No, but like if they lose,
you could
for like a really long time,
colony, right? And that colony like has their communications array broken, and people just sort of assume they're dead.
Yeah, they're gonna send someone to check.
Okay, it's got
there's historic anthropological evidence for tribes that stopped trading with other tribes and going back in technologies. Literally, like losing the ability to know how to make warm clothes or fishing or more advanced fishing gear because they got broken off from the rest of society.
Like techno-Luddites wanting
to... Burger, I just got a really cool idea.
You could also get...
Right, so there's a colony, right? An asteroid colony or some shit. And the radio doesn't break. There's like a cult type deal. David Koresh kind of guy tells them that the space people, whatever, empire, are bad and they suck. And then they break their radio on purpose. And then when they send somebody to check, you get like a space Waco.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark here and say, me personally, as someone who doesn't like government in general, the galactic space empire of fucking people who live like light years away from me, probably not good dudes. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say the unified government of Earth is probably kind of shitty.
There's going to be a lot of space.
You're fucking fascist, man.
There's a lot of space.
The one thing I can think of
really
is
the ethics of it, right? That's really the big question. Is it like ethical to do that, even if it is like to save people from the unbelievably inhumane regimes that will inevitably emerge in space?
Well, the question I think would be that, is the intervention of like some sort of like other like third-party government going to positively benefit their lives? Because we've seen in the past, just because you have a despotic regime doesn't mean a big country coming in to break that regime is going to fix everything. Look at Iraq. Like we went in there,
that's not
a brutal dictator, and then everything went to shit.
I'm not talking about Iraq. I'm talking about like fucking Jonestown.
But it could still happen.
Sure,
it could still happen.
Those are just degrees of it, right? Like, I mean, like
you could.
I feel like if there hadn't been a mass suicide in Jonestown, fewer people would have died.
Well, they did a mass suicide because they thought someone was going to come and like fuck them up. Like they were living in a
because they were insane people, and that's the kind of situation.
Well, no, because they murdered a senator.
There's a difference between
going to come to fuck them
up. Between like, oh, we have like this sovereign state and there's like foreign interference, and it's literally like a fucking like a serial killer that has his lair out there.
Yeah, sure, that's different, but that's like one dude. And I mean,
it's a group of serial killers that abduct people there. It's a small society of like, oh, we're gonna reenact the Vikings and steal women from cargo ships and then just bring them to our base and rape them. You know,
space rowboat. We gotta have like
there are no limits to human depravity when no one is.
Yes, that is true.
Right. So then it depends. Like,
you could.
Depending on how brutal the regime is, right? Like the question becomes: is intervention going to positively benefit the people who are there, or negatively benefit them? Like
it doesn't matter.
That is true.
I think it kind of matters.
It depends. Would they be informed enough to know about the regime that's coming to intervene? That I think is the most important. If they know enough, they would probably be able to make an informed decision. If not, they'd just be like, "Oh, someone's coming. We don't know who they are."
Well, like if it's a cult, for example, right? Like, cults aren't like gonna just like accept whoever comes in to like stop the cult from happening. Like a lot of people in that cult are going to be like in favor of the cult shit, and if it's like planet-wide like cult activity or something, I guess. Then, like,
I'm not talking about planets. I'm talking about space.
Shouldn't come over here and try and take away our coat-hangered space laser machine guns.
But there's one thing. There's one thing that really matters. So it's do they have oil?
Does he have oil? Probably.
Because you would essentially one of the main tactics by which people get out of cults is by running away. You can't run away in space. You can't do it. It's the isolation there is perfect.
You can run away. You just have to be fast enough.
There is it's the perfect infrastructure to set up incredibly abusive and tyrannical power structures.
Yeah, I agree.
In a place that is completely beyond reproach.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a very complicated. It's going to. I think that's going to be like the exception, but you have to consider that there's this is like a law of exclusivity type shit. Like everyone has to not do it, and that's never going to happen. I'm sorry. You can like search the key bindings in this game.
Yes.
That's very convenient.
Oh my god, I found something that explains so fucking much. I don't know if it'll work because I've pasted videos in here before and they might not have worked, so I might have to download it. Just tell me if it does load.
Because it's uses the CDN server rather than their media server.
Just look at this pasty old white dude, motherfucker. Like, goddamn. If he doesn't look like the oldest white dude I've ever seen, just like the most stereotypical CEO white dude.
Oh, hey, by the way,
Mitch McConnell looks like the oldest white dude.
I'm gonna start a space commune. I'm in charge of it. You want to come join?
No.
It's in the middle of nowhere in space.
No.
No. But we have
bug up.
free soda and pizza parties.
I can have that too in the middle of continental Europe, where I will still be.
Bugger, I have a space cathedral, and we have illegal machine guns.
Burger, I'm not I built your castle, and it's all up to specs. It's all great. Your castle is just waiting for you.
It's all too sus for my personal taste.
It's too sus. No.
There are no imposters on board, Burger.
Yeah, that's what an imposter would say.
You're the imposter.
Yes, that is true.
What did you do with Big Chungus? I know you are the sus imposter. Is Nigel Farage still doing the thing where he says things when you give him money?
Oh my god! I love that happened. Imagine like fucking Julius Caesar doesn't get like killed, but just loses his emperorship, and he just gets. What have you done to Big Chungus? Just Otto von Bismarck after his tenure ended. He just needs money.
Yeah, we're gonna invent time travel just to take historic figures out of their time just before they die,
so
and
they
then
can
just
say
make them do memes.
Yes. Oh god, please.
See, that's
don't.
a good use for a time machine, Heinz.
Yeah, right. You go back in time to Franz Ferdinand right before he gets shot, you punch Gabriela Princip in the face, and you take his gun, you stick it in Franz Ferdinand's face, and say this script. I need you to say the script so that I can get like $50 off this guy from the future. Just say it.
What are you talking about? $50? That sounds like maybe a lot for nothing, guys.
No, I have a gun in his face, right? I go through time. I set up like an app, and people can request.
Wait, what time
like
period is this?
message whenever. I set up like an app, and people can request like messages from historical figures, like they do with Big Man Tyrone and Nigel Farage.
Well, that
and I'll just go back in time to the guy, stick a gun in his face, and get him to say the thing.
Right, but if he doesn't know what a gun is, that won't work. Like if you like try and
tell I shoot one of his peasants. I don't care.
Yeah.
I demonstrate to him.
What if you shoot one of those peasants and it was one of your ancestors and then you disappear?
You're overthinking this. Time travel is supposed to be fun. You're not supposed to think about the consequences.
Why do people keep telling me that time travel is like really like high-brained and shit like that?
It's not. It's dumb. It is right.
Dumb.
The first thing that I would do is I would go back in time to 2018 and get a Dirty Louisiana from KFC because they discontinued them. And then, right, Burger, the idea that I had yesterday, can I say this on the stream? Can I pitch this to any time traveling businessman?
On the stream, you're allowed to talk.
Right. Okay. So, best use for a time machine. Best use for a time machine is you set up an app and you like for like people with nostalgia or like rich people who want to be quirky. And you go back in time and you get like limited edition sodas and fast food items and sell them to people in the present at exorbitant fees. But for this to work, you would have to have like a monopoly on time travel or have time travel be prohibited to most people.
Imagine that is what caused it to be limited edition in the first place. Because you went time traveling and you bought everything.
Yeah, I could ruin fast food menus just so that I can sell them back to stupid future people.
Oh no! What if they were limited edition because people didn't really want them at the time, and so you go back in time to buy all of them to sell them in the future? But then, because you went back in time and bought all of them, that now they're not limited edition.
No, I don't buy.
I have my own.
Cody, you misunderstand my business model. I don't like buy all of them. I go to like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger or some millionaire who has a lot of nostalgia, and he's talking about, oh, you remember that one chicken thing that Wendy's did in the '80s that they don't do anymore? I'd really like one of those. And I'd be like, yeah, give me like $10,000. I'll sort it.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger was the guy who was like the example.
Bad example. Maybe there was some kind of fucking protein thing.
That was Filet-O-Fish.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah.
You know what's funny is that the Filet-O-Fish
that was a thing that they used to do.
See, what you should do that is, but you do that with prostitution. You just like everyone's wants to fuck Marilyn.
No. Do you know why? You know why you don't do that, Burger? Because the first thing that would happen is I would be inundated with emails telling me to go back in time and kidnap Helen Keller for £1 million, and then because it's £1 million, I'd have to do it.
Why
and it'd be
Helen
horrible.
Keller though? Why Helen
Because that's
Keller,
what people are like. That's what people are like.
No.
Okay.
All I want is a blind, deaf girl who likes eugenics.
What would happen is I would end up going back in time in my time travel van with an assault rifle and a bucket of zip ties, and I would have to pick up the Elephant Man and Helen Keller and that one guy with the mutated feet and Hitler.
Yes, but also people want to piss on Margaret Thatcher.
No, people don't want to piss on living Margaret Thatcher. That'd be gross.
No, that wouldn't be.
For the people who are pissing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Margaret Thatcher's into that.
She doesn't like it, probably.
No, I don't care if she doesn't like it. She's got to be dead.
Exactly
okay,
why you do it.
That's the caveat.
Kill her earlier. Make it look like Hitler did it. That'd be even funnier. Like making Hitler look like a decent guy doing good stuff, even though he still did the Jewish thing, but he also
I really hope that nobody like Amazon or Nestle gets their hands on the time machine first. I would much rather it just be some fucking guy with cool ideas.
We would already know. Or there's divergent timelines to which
what if it already exists, but Amazon and Nestle are blocking it from coming out?
Yeah.
Then that would be terrible. It'd be like it would be like the plot of Steins Gate, where they got to go back in time and stop the ordinary guy from figuring it out.
The timeline is we get this cyberpunk type setting, but the corporations have cool names, and then somebody went back in time and went to Jeff Bezos, was like, hey, it would be really funny if you named your company Amazon. And that's the cool idea that you want some guy to have, Heinzke. to put us to condemn us to this boring cyberpunk future with the shit.
Amazon's a cool name for a dystopian. It's basically as technology. You know?
Burger, would you rather that or Amazon have the ability to do whatever they want with time, right? And also, there's some fucking guy, he'd probably enjoy it. He'd probably like go and get clear Pepsi and hug his dead mum or something.
No.
Ordinary people should have access to time travel. Companies shouldn't.
You go back in time to tell Mark Zuckerberg to keep it the Facebook.
Yeah.
No. You'd have to go far enough to, like, where Bezos got his last name and make him, like, legally change it to Jeff Bozo.
I could go back in time to the time when America became a thing. And you know how all the Republicans are always talking about what the founding fathers would do? I can get them to pay me to ask the founding fathers questions.
Yeah.
They
And
could,
then
they
they'll
could find
just
out like
ignore
could find out whether or not George Washington thinks that we should kill all the Mexicans, or what Benjamin Franklin's favorite Mountain Dew flavor is.
No,
I'm pretty sure it's Red Gusher.
It's miscegenation. Thank you very much for watching this stream. It's been an hour and a half. This has been fucking lit. And see you around, cunts.
God damn, I am so fucking pissed at the moment.